Imagine going to bed in a peaceful village, surrounded by beautiful green hills and a calm blue lake. Everything is perfectly quiet. But when the sun rises the next morning, there is no sound of birds singing, no smoke rising from the chimneys, and no one walking in the streets. In fact, every single human being, every cow, every dog, and every insect is lying dead on the ground. This is not a scene from an apocalyptic horror movie. This actually happened on the night of August 21st, 1986, in a remote mountainous region of Cameroon, West Africa. Silent, open-air graveyard. The epicenter of this terrifying mystery was Lake Nyos, a beautiful body of water formed inside the crater of an inactive volcano. For centuries, the local tribes lived peacefully around its shores. But deep beneath the beautiful blue surface, a silent monster had been growing for decades. Because the lake was incredibly deep and the water at the bottom never mixed with the water at the top, it acted like a giant natural soda bottle. Carbon dioxide gas from the volcanic earth below was slowly leaking into the bottom of the lake, trapped under the immense weight of the water. By 1986, the lake was a ticking climate time bomb, holding millions of tons of compressed, invisible gas. No one had any idea that a single disturbance could trigger a catastrophic chain reaction. At around 9:30 p.m., on that fateful night, something happened. Scientists believe it was either a small underwater landslide, an earthquake, or a sudden heavy rainstorm that disrupted the delicate layers of the water. The bottom of Lake Nyos. The lake suddenly flipped to the top. In an instant, the water exploded into a massive 300-foot fountain, releasing a suffocating cloud of 100,000 tons of carbon dioxide into the night air. The gas was heavier than the oxygen we breathe, meaning it didn't rise into the sky. Instead, it formed a massive, invisible blanket that rushed down the sides of the mountain at nearly 50 miles per hour, pouring into the sleeping valleys below. As the invisible cloud crept into the villages, it silently replaced the air. People sleeping in their beds suddenly found themselves breathing pure carbon dioxide. There was no smell, no smoke, and no warning. They didn't even have time to wake up or scream. In less than an hour, over 1,700 people and 3,000 livestock were instantly suffocated to death in their sleep. The few survivors who woke up the next morning felt like they were living in a nightmare. They found their families dead beside them, and the beautiful blue lake had turned into a deep, sickly blood-red color, caused by iron-rich water dragged up from the dark bottom. When international scientists arrived to investigate the horror, they realized that this wasn't a one-time anomaly. There are other lakes in the world, like Lake Kivu in East Africa, that are currently holding thousands of times more gas than Lake Nyos did, sitting right next to cities with millions of people. Today, engineers have installed massive plastic pipes inside Lake Nyos to slowly and safely vent the gas out of the bottom, preventing the monster from waking up again. But the terrifying truth remains: nature doesn't always attack us with violent storms, blazing fires, or roaring earthquakes. Sometimes, the most deadly weapon it possesses is completely invisible, perfectly silent, and hidden beneath a calm, beautiful surface. If a natural disaster can wipe out your entire world while you are fast asleep, can we ever truly feel safe in the arms of Mother Nature? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.